Morning, folks. This soap today is brought to us by Wildlife Shaving. Russell's the fine maker of this particular soap. This one here is how to grow a clown fruit cherry. Comes in a 2-ounce variety. That's what it looks like there. On the inside, it's kind of got a brown or a beige tint to it. Alan Block, no rubber band this morning. Still working on this bottle of Witch Hazel's mentholated black ice flavored, and also got, go ahead and take that cap off there. Got the matching aftershave there. Excuse me. Got it whipped up here in my bowl that I got at a thrift store. Smooth bottom bowl. Pretty nice bowl for 99 cents, $1. And this is the brush. It has a synthetic horsehair knot. I'll get it straight here in a moment. That's what the bottom of the brush looks like. Raven Brush Works. This is also made by Russell. I'll have a link down below to his website. And here's another brush. This one without soap on it. This is what the knot looks like. If you was wondering what the simulated or synthetic horse knot looked like, it's what the bottom there. That's a different stamp than what's on the other brush. Pretty cool. I like these brushes anyway. These knots work well for me. And I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning. The shave, if you haven't heard, in case you might say this is a get well soon type shave from Russell. He ran into a medical issue and is on the mends. Get well soon. And this one here, I don't know, this soap, I should read what's on the back. It just kind of cracks me up. It says, scents of repurposed hay and grain with a touch of fruits and nuts. When I first read that, the very first time I used this, fruits and nuts, I thought he might be referring to us. But anyway, that was just the first thing that popped in my mind. I got the Preshave soap here. It's unscented, it's mentholated, it's from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I think I'm trying to work on getting something in my eyelash or something of the sort. But anyway, I kind of think this is one of those fun shaves, if you will. The my nose, I know the first time when I smell this, I could pick up more of the scent than what I am this morning. It's one of those days where, in case you might say, wouldn't trust my nose on what I'm picking up. First time I've used this, though, I could pick up quite a bit of the scent, but not this morning. My nose is kind of shot. It's been like that the past couple of mornings. The wind has picked up quite a bit here. There's been a wind advisory out, and usually when it's like that, it whatever the wind picks up really takes a toll on my nose. Go ahead and get started here. Shaver of the day is a Vanta shavette. This particular style of shavette takes a full DE blade. So if you don't like snapping blades in half or feel uncomfortable with it or whatever the case might be, you can use one of these shavettes and use the full DE, or swap it straight from your DE shaver to your shavette and continuing on using the same blade if you're trying to get more than one shave out of the blade. The blade that I'm using is a Parker blade. Comes in a 5-pack, and this particular blade, this will be the third shave on this blade, first shave on this particular side or edge, if you will. Monday and Tuesday I used the other edge. And if you're wondering, since I haven't showed you just yet, this is what it looks like. And later on, towards the end, I'll show you a little bit on, this is just a sliding mechanism. There's 2 small posts down below here, and it just slides right across there. And those 2 posts also help hold the blade in place. In other words, when you go to set it in there, it fits right in there. And if you should be able to see, it's kind of a notched out type shavette. And There's even a notch up here when you slide this across there. There's a notch right there to, in case you might say, to stop it from going any further. Go ahead and get started with this. This blade has been very smooth. It's quite surprising. It definitely works well in the shaver. It is very, I guess you might say I was very surprised on how well, I should say how smooth it is in this shavette. Very nice shaves the past few days. Very easy to use. I'm just very surprised. Quite happy I got these blades. Got 100 pack of them. Sure, I'm glad I went ahead and went that direction with it. I had heard, you know, some, I guess you might say, nice reviews of the blade. Kind of figured it'd be more than worthwhile to get a hold of. I'll put a link down below, but when I got mine, I've got mine through Amazon. I think, what was it, $10.20, 80 cents for the 100 pack, and definitely a good buy. Past few shaves with this has been just really nice. Thought definitely got to do a video with this, especially with this blade. I've heard of some folks getting some, I guess you might say, lengthy shaves with this blade after stropping, of course. But if you're not into stropping, even at that, excuse me, with the shavette, got 2 shaves on one edge, another shave, well, 2, I'll probably get another 2 shaves, 4 shaves out of the blade. That's pretty good. Not complaining a bit. That's, I guess you might say what I'm trying to say. Very impressed with this blade. It is so smooth. That's the, I guess you might say, the part that just really gets me is just how smooth it is on the face. I was expecting a good shave out of the blade. I just wasn't expecting something that's so smooth. Been kind of practicing, getting back in the swing of trying to go across the grain. It does kind of bring back some nightmares on that side of my face because beforehand I used to try to start right here, go across my face, whack myself. I can't tell you how many times right there. Way too many times. Seems like going that direction now seems to be the more natural thing to do. It's like that forbidden area, if you will. That blade is just so smooth. If you haven't given it a try, you ought to. I'll put a couple of different links down below because you may not want to buy a 100 pack. Maybe you just want to buy a pack. And I think Super Safety Razors, I think, carries it at $1.30 a pack, which is still pretty inexpensive. Basically, most DE blades, most of them are pretty inexpensive. There's a few that get, you know, up there in price, but I think that's, you're probably only talking about 2 different brands and that particular flavor of the blade. My nose is picking up some of the scent. Like I say, it's just not working well this morning. Been blowing my nose a lot here lately. Kind of surprised I didn't wake up with a headache this morning with the wind picking up stuff, blowing it around. But it has been raining. Rained yesterday most of the day, and of course then today, and with the wind blowing though, I imagine some of that stuff's dried out. At least it seemed like it to me. If you've noticed, this shaver is not only unique because it takes a full DE blade, but the shank, in other words, it's very thin. It's not your typical round or fat, if you will, much wider shank. This one here is pretty thin. I had thought that when I first got this I was going to struggle with the fact that it is so thin, and was kind of surprised it didn't really bother me once I got started using it. Now with a shavette that's got a blade that's snapped in half, this head part up here will be thinner, not near as wide. So that may or may not be an issue for some folks. I don't shave underneath my nose, so it doesn't bother me. But if you do, this sort of thing may or may not cause you some grief. I've had a lot of fun the past few days shaving with this. For me, this is one of those, if there's a shavette that reminds you, or I have a, yes, you still have to focus, pay attention to what you're doing with it, but it seems like I don't have quite the, don't need quite the attention to detail with this one. And I'm assuming because it's notched out. You're not quite as concerned about the toe and the heel of the blade catching you. But the it seems like it's a milder shaver because it's being notched out. It just seems that way to me. Not too sure if that's the case, if it's just that's just the way it's made because of the angle that you set with this one. To me, it's just it's a great shaver. Got this from Gifts and Care good long time ago, and I'll go ahead and show you how this works. This is how the mechanism here. It just, like I say, it just slides across there. You can kind of see the post there. It's already starting to show that it's just a little indention, if you will, for the post, and the blade just stays put right there. Especially once you get some soap in there, it stays in there. Not that it has any issues to begin with. If you're kind of wondering, this slide, if you will, that holds the blade in place, you just take a tissue, slide it through there, rinse it out. It's relatively easy to keep clean, and it's not the easiest to show on camera at this height, but for me, I got a video I did quite some time ago, but anyhow, showing you how it just, I say, just slides right across there, stops right there, easy peasy. Probably one of the easier shavettes to load. Really enjoy this shavette. It's one of my favorites, especially if you're looking for something that's a little bit easier, not requiring so much attention. Pretty smooth shave. For me, I get out a 2-pass shave, I can get the majority of my whiskers. Definitely a sociably acceptable shave. If you're striving for a BBS, in other words, if I was to take another pass, it would be a pickup because my cheeks are smooth. Matter of fact, basically darn near everything from here on up is smooth. I just got a few places on my neck with the direction that it grows that for me, I have a hard time catching all of it with a shavette, but a 2-pass shave works well for me. So in other words, and normally without the talking and whatnot with a video, a 2-pass shave with a shavette getting around in the morning is pretty quick. Didn't take very long at all. Hot towel to the face. It's usually about a 60 count. That's about how long I usually hold the hot towel to my face. Not that I'm in a hurry to to do my shave, but when I am off camera, it doesn't take that long to do a shavette shave. And if I am in a hurry, even with it being in a hurry, shavette shave doesn't take very long at all. Definitely feel the menthol working on my face. Such a good shave today. I guess you might say I'm really impressed with this blade. Like I said, it comes in a 5-pack. I'll put links down below. I haven't heard of anybody having a bad thing to say about these blades. Great shave this morning. Here's the matching aftershave. I still can't get past the fruits and nuts. That's the thing that keeps on popping back in my head. That's it really makes me wonder sometimes, what is he thinking about us? It's about like any other. If you go to some of the, depending on what circle you travel in, on the social media, excuse me, some of the conversations are pretty funny. You know, us cutting up and carrying on. Had a great shave this morning. Once again, I'll put a link down below to Russell's website. Get well, Russell. Hope to see you back in action here pretty soon. Everybody stay safe and smooth shaves to you.